How do the 7 Ps of marketing work? In the 7 Ps model, E.J. McCarthy's marketing model of the 4 Ps was supplemented with people, process, and physical evidence or physical environment. In my opinion, the addition of those 3 key parts are help you understand how a prospect or returning customer is evaluating your brand. Some topics raised by the 7 Ps. What role might people, process, and physical environment play in my marketing plan? Am I making the best use of those? And what benchmarks are being set by competitors that I need to match or get ahead of? What's an example of the 7 Ps of marketing? For the decade of 2010 to 2018, the automakers in Canada began to see the importance of experiential marketing. They began to renovate and replace showrooms. Showrooms at auto dealerships moved from side lots and tiny functional offices to architectural marvels with 10-meter-high atriums, designer interiors, rest areas with free espressos. Staff got rigorous service training. So people, process, and physical environment are now an evident part of the auto product. The look and feel of a website, the decorum and apparel of a cleaning crew, the music played at a coffee shop, they're all part of the experience. Some people refer to the 7th P not as physical environment, but physical evidence or packaging. Regardless, the physical environment should leave tangible cues that reinforce your brand's desired image. What is a caution about the 7 Ps of marketing? As a new marketer, you should be aware of how much money and effort to spend on the other 3 Ps. Importantly, this is often not the marketer's budget, though. You do not set this budget, and yet you may want to know who in the org manages or approves that budget. And then you can help them fight for and support a bigger budget. A big error is to go cheap on physical environment. It's not unlikely you've been disappointed and walked out when a luxury boutique had a retail staffer who ignored you, chatting up a coworker or looking down at their phone. That's a downfall in the people and process part, isn't it? Your product was there, priced right, promoted right, in the right place, and the other 3 Ps were your downfall. Marketing plans for the added 3 Ps often include things such as training, standards, procedures, or SOPs, aiming for full conformance and consistency at a high level of service. And you need funds, time, staff continuity, and success metrics to deliver those 3 added Ps, even if the managers overseeing those resources, roles, and staff don't report to you in brand management. Since it's not part of the marketer's budget, some new hires won't think to study competitors' activity for those extra 3 Ps. Wrong. You need to do that. Perhaps they'll not think it's their concern. Wrong. It is your concern. It's your brand, so all 7 Ps are your concern, whether they're in your budget or not. Consumers do not draw a line between the image of your brand received from the first 4 Ps and how you performed on the last 3 Ps just because it's not in your budget. What is the 8th P of marketing? The 8th P of marketing, in my opinion, is public input. Public input is more than crowdsourced funding. The public can provide valuable input on products, line extensions, messaging, servicing. For example, potato chip companies are genius at soliciting input into wacky new flavors from the public. As a new marketer, how are you measuring and gathering public input? What more can you do with helpful human capital? Many students do appreciate how a small segment of discontented prospects, consumers, or stakeholders can hurt a brand, but many don't appreciate how they might also advise and guide a brand. Public input, seek it, receive it, read it, review it, respect it, respond to it, leverage it. What's the service continuum? Is your category service dominated or product dominated, or someplace along the continuum? Where on the continuum would an optimum offering be for each different segment of consumers? The lesson here, products are increasingly assessed on delivering an experience, a relationship. They're inspired to do that by Japanese auto brands, by luxury brands, and especially by the services businesses, retailers, credit cards, etc.